Hello, I'm Tom Bailey, and in today's episode, I'm joined by Ana Santiago, who is the current COO of Outsource School, and amazingly has been working remotely for over 10 years now. So, Ana, hello, and a very warm welcome to today's episode.
Hi, Tom. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
I really appreciate it. And whereabouts are you in the world right now?
Oh, I'm from the Philippines, born and raised.
Incredible. Thank you so much. And let me now just dive into the subject of Ana in a little bit more detail. So, as the COO of Outsource School, Ana is in charge of managing the entire team of over 15 people, optimizing operations, and contributing to the continued growth of the brand. The title for today's episode is How to Scale Your Business with the Help of Virtual Assistants. And Ana is going to show us how to do that in just under 7 minutes. So, question number one for you today is, who are your ideal clients?
Right. So our deal clients are entrepreneurs who have proven systems and processes in their business model, or at least just a little bit, and are looking to ramp up without having to do all the work themselves in every single part of the business. Our clients could also be entrepreneurs who have struggled to consistently make good hires or delegate, and have had a lot of bad hiring experiences.
Got it. Thank you so much. And what is the biggest challenge that they typically face?
I think it's around having a good set process that efficiently vets good hires, setting the right expectations, keeping the virtual assistants around long term. Hiring is an investment. And if you have a lot of turnover and hiring mistakes, it's really poor
Mhm.
investing.
Yeah. So you've mentioned a few of the challenges there. When we think of these challenges, what impact does that typically have on either them or their business?
Well, the difference between good and bad hiring is, of course, between success and failure. There are a lot of great ideas and entrepreneurs that never go anywhere because they can't build the right team, the right standard operating procedures to drive, the car, the
Mhm.
figurative car in their
Yeah.
business, and the ability to hire well anytime you need something in your business changes the growth. So you can't really run a business entirely by yourself.
Mhm.
So we also help you figure out what you need to hire for, what is a priority, and rather than doing every little thing yourself.
Yeah, amazing. Completely understand. So, what is one valuable piece of advice that you'd give to somebody to really help them solve that problem?
Right. So from the get go with your hires, talk about setting expectations up front, what you like doing in your business, incorporating good attitude into interviewing, creating a list of tasks that you should be doing. And my overall hiring advice is one common mistake that I've seen with the interviewing process is people tend to look for experience and attitude,
Mhm.
skills, rather
Yeah.
than looking at the communication and attitude, and red flags. So, what we focus on is looking for great communication skills, attitude, and small red flags that maybe you can still work with, right? Rather than looking for someone with a long list of experience and skill sets. And usually it doesn't work. So without the right communication skills and attitude, you'd probably get a great VA for what? To stick around with you 6 months, a year?
Mhm.
No, you want someone that takes creative feedback and becomes better through time.
Great. And let's think of any entrepreneurs that are out there listening to this episode right now. What is one valuable free resource that you can share to help them with this challenge they've got in their business?
Ah, I actually have a couple for you guys.
Mhm.
So,
Great.
one is our VA budget calculator, which helps you determine how much you can invest into virtual assistants for how many hours and how many days in a week. So I'll give that link over to Tom to give
Mhm.
you to you guys. We also have a webinar from Nathan Hirsch, our CEO, co-CEO with Connor Gillivan, where they talk about how else we can help you in their business. Um, Also, I created a coupon code for you guys for 20% off. Sorry, 25%
Oh,
off if you
even better.
guys join us. And I will add some freebies if you decide to set up a call with me. I give free consultations and
Mhm.
more in-depth value for you guys to focus on your personal issues and challenges within your business and how we can help. So if you schedule a call with me, I have a few extra bonuses for you guys. But yeah, I'll give over all of the details to Tom later on.
Amazing. Thank you so much. So, Anna, I'll grab those links and I'll pop them into the show notes below this episode or video so people can click those and get in and either download those resources or get access to that free call with you.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you so much. So, question number 6 from me today is, what would you say is your greatest failure that you've ever made either in life or business? And what did you learn from it?
My biggest challenge would be finding the right career path.
Hmm.
So, for several years, I've struggled with work. I never been the person that enjoys going. I mean, who does enjoy going to work? What I mean is, I would call in sick all the time. I wouldn't
Yeah.
be there on time. I just clock in at 9, clock out at 5, and don't care what happens in the business while I'm. What changed was I found Nathan and Connor. I became a virtual assistant. They helped me grow. So a lot of my other clients or other companies I've worked for never focused on what would be good for me in
Hmm.
in working. No growth, no opportunity, no pushing me to reach my full potential. So with Nathan and Connor, they gave me that stability that I needed, and it is a problem for a lot of people on this side of the world. And they treated me like family. They built a relationship with me to the point where now, from just being a VA that handled their emails and their
Hmm.
calendar, now I'm the COO, and
Yeah.
because of them, that they made that happen, and having that great relationship really helped.
What an amazing journey and story you've got. Thank you so much for sharing that. And the final one for me today is, what is one question that I should have asked you that will also give great value to our audience today?
Right. I would say it's centered around why we recommend hiring from the Philippines. What is so great about Filipino virtual assistants?
Great. And what would you say is the answer to that one?
Great question. So there are several factors actually. So one, there is a common myth, outsourcing myth that hiring Filipino virtual assistants will have a lot of communication issues, barriers, but really we learn English as a second language. Filipino virtual assistants are generally and genuinely hard workers. They they want to keep learning new things. They work really hard. Here in the Philippines, we are overworked and underpaid. The usual salary of a corporate worker in the Philippines is about $12 to $14 a day,
Hmm.
not an hour, a
Yeah.
day. So being a virtual assistant, it opens so many opportunities for us at a better living. We get to stay home with our family. We get to make a little bit extra. We don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. And I remember when I used to travel 4 to 6 hours every day to and from work. And with that time I saved becoming a virtual assistant, I get to spend with my family and I get to even further my growth. I get to learn more as a virtual assistant.
Great. So it really is a win-win for both the entrepreneur and for the virtual assistant in these opportunities. Excellent. So, Anna, thank you so much again for your time today and for joining us to share such great value with our audience.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate the opportunity and I hope I gave a lot of value for our listeners.
Absolutely. Thanks again.